Hello and welcome to NCBOLD's Random Roulette. We're going to spin the wheel of educational serendipity. The bit.ly is at the bottom of this slide. It is important for you to go there because you're going to want to have this and be able to look at all the resources that may be on there that we don't cover today. But we're going to play a little roulette. My name is Jan Houston. I'm a digital teaching and learning specialist for Duplin County Schools. So here we have our roulette wheel, and these are the topics we're going to talk about today. We have Google Tips, podcast, AI tools and tips, awesome templates, cool websites, educational blogs, Chrome extensions, and digital tools and apps. I'm going to click on this wheel to get us to the spinner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the wheel, whatever topic it lands on. I'm going to go into the presentation and share a little tip or trick or whatever the topic may be with you. This is called the spinthewheel.io, and yes, you'll have to worry about some ads if you do happen to pop up, but you can X them out quickly. There are different backgrounds with this. You do not have to have the casino theme. You can certainly change that up, but if you are interested in having some kind of spin the wheel for your classroom, for other PD or whatever you may be doing, it is spinthewheel.io. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to do this for maybe 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes in our presentation. And then we'll see where we are by then. So for our first topic. And today it's going to be Google Tips. So I'm going to go to my presentation, click on that to get to my slide. And here is our first tip. So Gmail, if you are a Google user, and if you are not, this is also something to know just in case you have a Gmail account. So this is the schedule send and unsend. So I'm going to go to my Gmail and we're going to first do schedule send. So what we can do is we can compose an email. I'm just going to do a test email here. I'm just going to paste some stuff in here, whatever it may be. And you might want this to go out at a certain time. I know I use this when I have my schools and I want it to go out at first thing in the morning, but I'm composing it at night. So what I do is once you get the information in the content in the email, instead of hitting send, you're going to hit this little arrow beside the send button. And what will pop up is this schedule send. When I click on that, it'll give me some defaulted options, but I can click on pick a date and time and actually say, okay, I want it tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So I may say 7:15 because I know teachers get in around 7:30, and I want this to be one of the first emails they see in their email because typically teachers check their email when they first get in. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click schedule send, and then it will be ready to go in the morning. Now, if I want to look at it, over here on the left, you'll see an option that says scheduled. I go to scheduled. There it is. If I want to add something to it or cancel it, I just simply click on it. It'll ask me, do I want to cancel send here? And that's how I'm going to revise it too. So I would go cancel send. It'll open it back up for me. I can add whatever I need to add to it, or I can just simply trash it and not send it. So once I do that, I can just, again, schedule send it. It will remember the last thing that you put up there for a schedule, and you can do that again, and it'll pop back up there. So you can definitely cancel or revise it before it's sent, but it will be in that scheduled option. Also, when you are composing something, let's say I compose another one. Let's just take that scheduled one again. I'm going to bring it back up. All right, so I've put it in and I may have forgot something. Let's say I hit send and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to put something in this, like an attachment, or maybe I forgot to put some information in there. So when I click send, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to send it. Over here pops up a little black box and I can click undo really quickly and it will not send it, and I can revise it how I want to before I send it again. So that's called undo send. Now you're wondering, I see it, but mine only stays up there for like 5 seconds or something like that. Well, you can adjust how long this message stays up there that you can unsend. So I'm going to get rid of this message. I'm going to show you how to change that timing. So if you go to your little wheel up here at the corner in your settings and go to see all settings at the top, if you scroll down a little bit, it's usually under, let's see, here. It's under maximum page size. You'll see a little bit down that says undo send. Right now, I think it defaults to 5 seconds for anybody who hasn't changed it. But I have mine set to 30 seconds. So if I were you, I'd go into my settings and I'd go ahead and change that to the max, which is 30 seconds. Once you've changed that, I know Google is the one, usually Google's saves things for you, but for Gmail, it does not work that way. You will have to go down here and hit save changes for it to change. So that is how you undo send and schedule send in Gmail. Okay, let's spin again. I'm going to go to my home button, get back to the home page. I'm going to go to my wheel and let's do another tip for a trick. All right, looks like we're going to Chrome extensions next. Let's go to our presentation. I'm going to click on Chrome extensions, get there quickly. And then we're going to look at the first one, which is Sir Links a Lot. I love this Chrome extension. Okay. First of all, if you do not know how to get a Chrome extension, you would go to, you can go to Google and just click on Chrome Web Store. Okay. And you can get to the Chrome Web Store by the link. Up here at the top, you just search Sir Links a Lot. It probably will show up. Once you get there, it'll say installed for me, but if you don't have it yet, it'll say install to Google Chrome, I believe, to Chrome or whatever. Let me show you what this does. This is going to save lots of you time, especially if you are a Google user. If I go to, let's say, a Google Doc that I have created, and I'm just going to go to this one, and I want to share this out with someone. So what I can do, if I wanted to make it a template for someone to use, or if I wanted to make a copy of it, you know how you have to usually go up here to this word edit and click copy for copy, type template for template or whatever. Instead of doing all that, I can go to my Sir Links a Lot extension here. And now I can either do a force copy, you see how it changes that, a preview, a template, or a PDF. And once I do that, I hit copy link to clipboard. And now I can send this link to whoever needs to go to it. Because if you notice, when you paste that link and go to it, now you will see that it's a copy. So you can put that link into anywhere you want to share this for them to make a copy. So that's very, very convenient. This is Sir Links a Lot. Now, to be able to see your extensions, just in case you do put it to your Chrome, this little puzzle piece is where all your extensions live. And if you want it up here where you can see it, all you have to do is click on this little button here that's a pin, and it will pin it up there for you so you'll always have access to it. So that is Sir Links a Lot extension. All right, I'm going to go back to our home. So I'll be ready. I'm going to go back to my spinner and let's spin again. Ooh, we're going to another Google tip. Let's go to our next Google tip, which is going to be in our Drive. All right, if you are a Google user, Google Education District, this is for you. If you use Google Drive personally, this is also another way to do things for organization. I'm going to show you how to use symbols, emojis, and also color your folders just for easier organization and being able to find those things. So I'm going to click out of this. I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I don't have a lot in this account because it is a training teacher account. But one thing you can do right here, I can see everything what I've done. I'm going to go to my drive. I might have more in there. Oh, here we go. So I've got more in my drive here. I can look at it in list view if I wanted to, or I can look at it like icon view. I'm going to do list view right now, and I'm going to show you, see how these folders are colored? So sometimes what I like to do, and this is not my actual account, this is the training teacher account, but what I like to do is color my folders a certain color depending on what they are. So like my red folders are like the important folders. I used to do like my school colors, whichever schools I was assigned to, I would make a folder for them and I'd put it in their school colors. So just to show you how to change these colors, if I wanted this to be a different color, I would go over here to the three dots and I would click organize, not click, but hover into organize. And then you see the colors here that you can choose from. So if I needed this one to be red because it's important to me, I would just click on the reds. That's how you can color code your folders to kind of get them to show up. Now, do you see how we have a little icon in the front of this one? So what the Google Drive does is put it in alphabetical order, your folders. And if you got one way down here that's important to you, let's just say this tech documents is really important. I don't like to have to scroll down and find it. I want to find it quickly. I want it at the top. So what Google Drive does is, you know how numbers usually go at the top before letters? Well, symbols and emojis and stuff like that will go above numbers. So if I want to see it at the top of my list and folders, I would just put an emoji. So I'm going to click Tech Documents. I'm going to go to those three dots we were just at. This time, I'm going to go to Rename. When I click Rename, I'm just going to click in front of that Tech Documents, and this is how I'm going to put the emoji here. So if you go back to my presentation, you see here, if you're on a Windows computer or a PC or and you don't have a MacBook, the keys you're going to want to do is Windows key and then the period key to get your emoji keyboard, okay? For a Mac, you're going to do Control Command Space. So when I'm back here at my thing, I have a Mac, so I'm going to do Control Command Space, and my emoji keyboard will appear. Windows is Windows key and the period key, so it will appear. Now I can choose an emoji to go in front of Tech Documents that just to make it be able to go up to the top. So and you can search in here. So I can go to the top and search maybe laptop or something like that. And I may want it to be one of these because it's a Tech Documents. So when I click on one of these, and you see it will come up there beside the name, and I click OK. And now you'll see that the Tech Documents is no longer down there in the T's. It's up here in the top, and now I can find it easy. So that's how you can organize by colored folders, or you can actually put a little emoji symbol there to bring it up to the top. All right, let's go back to our presentation. I'm going to go home. By the way, on each of these, I try to put a video on how to do it, just in case you kind of forget what I do, or obviously you can come back to this video too. But if there's anything we don't cover within the next few minutes, or this video, you can always go, and I usually have a video with it. So I'm going to go back to my home page. I'm going to go back to my wheel, and let's spin again. Now we're back on Educational Leaders blog. I hope we get to go to something else differently, but let's just see. All right, next we're going to go back to our Educational Leaders blog, which this is really good information anyway. I'm not sure if you know this guy, but his name is Matt Miller. He is the founder of Ditch That Textbook. Very cool guy. He has lots of videos out. He has lots of blogs. I'm going to click on this logo to get to his blog to kind of show you what he does. He does a lot of the 10 most things, or 10, he does countdowns, like 12 AI tools, 10 custom chatbots. So he's got lots and lots, 20 ways to do this. But his blog is very informative, and he shows you how to use a lot of digital tools that you may use. Here we have a Wakelets. He has a PD choice bingo choice board. He's got lots of ideas, 15 ideas for digital end of the year semester. So this guy has lots and lots of, and it goes on forever, just different blogs. He is on Twitter. If you look at my presentation on all of these, I do have their Twitter tag. He posts a lot to Twitter. Every time he has a new blog, he'll advertise that. He also has a subscription email too. Here, when you click on subscribe, you can actually, usually it'll show you where you put your email in. I subscribe to his blog, so I get all of his stuff through my email. Very informative. He has different links up here, Google ideas, resources. So this is really good. Check it out. It's ditchthattextbook.com. And you can find more about him here in the About section too. All right, I'm going to go back to my home page. Hopefully it's going to spin to something a little different than what it is. All right, great. Got something different. We're going to go to cool websites. So let's go here. Let's go to cool websites quickly. And let's look at the first one, which is going to be Common Sense Media. Okay. A lot of you've probably heard of Common Sense Media, but I really want to show you this really cool part of it that I have used for my other presentation, which was app smashing. So when you're looking for apps or things or digital tools that you want to use, but you're not sure if they're appropriate, you want to really look, and Common Sense Media has app reviews on here. So what they've done is they've rated them. I'm going to go to this really quickly. They've rated them, and if you click on here, it will give you lots of information about the app. So it tells you what grade levels it focuses on, the subjects and topics it's in. Even here, you see the privacy rating. It'll show you some, take a look inside. What I love the most about it is it does pros and cons. And it also gives you ideas. So here, how can I teach with this tool? It'll give you ideas on how you teach, what it is, and is it good for learning? So they've really gone in and analyzed these apps. Here you have an overall rating, and you even have some reviews on it too. So, and you can write your own review on there too. So this is really good. Down here, it'll show you why it's got a 78% warning, privacy rate warning on it. Very, very cool website. Also, another thing it will do is if you cover over apps and websites for learning and click on curated lists. When I was doing my app smashing thing and I wanted to know, I want to find apps and digital tools that I can use for a certain topic. So here you'll have classroom tools that use AI, top interactive websites. So they're curated and grouped by what they are. 10 great free websites for high school. So this is also a really good resource for you to find different things. I can even click up here and put social studies apps. And now it shows my curated list for different social studies apps and everything. So this is a really useful tool to find the right kind of digital tools for the right kind of things that you're doing. And it shows you how well it works within the classroom. So very good resource. Check it out. All right, let's go back to our home. Let's go back to our spinner and let's spin again. Oh, right in the middle. It's going to go to podcast. All right. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I do want to show you that I've categorized different podcasts on these slides, if you can tell. But first, we're going to look at my favorite. These are my favorite EdTech podcasts. If you are like an ITF, or you do instructional technology, or whatever you may do, these podcasts are really, really good and informative. Shoops and GIF is one of my favorites. They used to be a couple, two women that would be on there together, but now I think that it's just Shoops that's on there, and she occasionally has GIF to come out there. But if you click on these, it'll take you to their podcast website to see all the podcasts. They have a lot of special speakers that come on here. You can see had Eric Kurtz on here. You can see all of their seasons. They have seasons here, and you can click on it. When you go to it, it will show you that you can start playing it. It will also give you like the episode agenda, the way that they, what they talked about at different times. Another thing, if you go back to the homepage, you say read the show notes. So you can actually go, and I thought they have the show notes usually here underneath. I don't know what's going on with that one. Let's see if there's a different one. Yeah. So these, I guess, see, they have show notes on what they talked about. They have links in this on what they talked about. So if they showed any digital tools or whatever, you can actually go to the digital tool. Here's a lot of GIFs here that it shows how to use the stuff. So yeah, very informative, very good podcast, in my opinion. Educational Duct Tape is another one. His name is Jake Miller. He usually has his show notes in here as well. So if you click on one that you like, it will start. But you can also access show notes here, and it'll give you show notes for whatever episode you may be listening to. Very good podcast. Another one that I like is Shake Up Learning, Casey Bell. She does a really good job. She focuses a lot on Google and Chrome and Chromebooks. So she's like the Google guru, I guess you can say. And she's got lots and lots of different episodes here you can look at on different things. Here she talks about Protocols with John Carippo. And so there's just a lot she does here too. She also has a blog and lots of free resources on here too. Another one I like is the EduGals. They are Rachel and Katie. They do a lot of good podcasts here. I may have got this. Oh, let's go to their podcast. Here we go. I need to change that link. But anyway, episodes and show notes are all here. They talk about different teaching strategies, to EdTech stuff, digital tools. Very, very good show here. So check them out. I'm going to go ahead and fix that link while I'm here. There you go. And that's ready for you to look at. All right, let's go back home and let's go to my spinner and let's see what we got next. All right, let's go back to our educational leaders blog and see our next one is Eric Kurtz. This guy is great. If you've been around in the education world for long and done a lot of research, you will probably run into Eric Kurtz. He has a really big time informational blog. He does a lot with Google as well. But if you go to his blog, he has so many good resources here. And he does webinars. He usually has a Google Doc that he has made for each post that you can go to and see more about it. When you click on here, you will see he usually has a video or a webinar he's done on that topic. He has section resources. This is he always has a document that goes with it. So whenever you click on the document, there's all kinds of information, any kind of links he mentions in those, and step-by-step guides. Very informative. He will also have copy of his slides too. To search within his blog, scroll down a little bit, and here you can click and look for different topics that you may be looking for. I can click AI and click search, and now anything he's done on AI will come up. So very good resources. You can also go by his blog archive here to look at anything, and then he has tags here for labels. So very good blog to follow. All right, I'm going to go back home just so I'll be ready. All right, give us something different. Give us something different. Yay, let's do some AI tools, tips, and tricks. Go to AI tools, and let's look at the first one, which is AI for education. This website has lots of information about AI and how you can incorporate it into education. So the best part about this for me is the resource hub here. When you go to the resource hub, you have webinars on different topics for AI. Amanda Bickerstaff is the founder, and she has lots and lots of information on AI. Look, tons and tons of different webinars. Also, what I really love is they have a prompt library. So when you are going into ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever chatbot you may be using for information, you can click here to get ideas and copy and paste different prompts. And it's categorized by, administrative, assessment, communication, for students, lesson planning. So here, when you click on this, it will give you example prompts. So I can click here and paste this into my chatbot, and then fill in these little sections by what what grade level I'm teaching or what I'm looking for. So very good resource here for prompting. She also has like a curriculum where she does like lessons on different things here about AI and chatbots. Also, the downloadable resources are good if you want to display posters in your classroom, depending on what the topic may be. There's a lot of infographics here that you can share out. And she also has a blog. So, whatever you want to look for information, and it's, North Carolina based. Here's Catawba County Partnership. So very, very good information on here. Also, if there's a free course that you can take, Essential Guide to AI for Educators, and you can enroll here too. So good resource, AI for Education. Check it out. All right, let's go back to our home. Let's spin again. Let's do another Google tip. Go back here. All right, let's look at Chrome. All right, there's a few things you can do in Chrome that are really cool. I love using these. If you're like me and sometimes you have a million zillion tabs up at the top, there's a lot of ways to organize them. So first, let's look at pinning a tab. If you look up here, you see I have an Amazon shopping cart that I have up here and my email, but you don't see it in a long tab like this. So if I wanted to have this available, but I didn't want it to crowd up my window here, I can right click on this tab and click pin. When I do that, you see it'll make it very small and on the left side. So that's just kind of helping you not have like a lot of room taken up in your tabs. You can click that pin tab, and if you want to unpin it, just right click again and click unpin. Another thing you can do is do a tab groups. So if I know that let's open up a bunch of new tabs, just random tabs, okay? And let's say all these tabs are about a certain topic. Maybe I'm looking into AI and I'm doing some AI research, and all this is open, but I'm not using them right now. So what I can do is make a tab group so I can kind of open and close them how I want to. So I'm going to go here to this tab and I'm going to right click, and you will say add tab to new group. When I do that, it gives me an option to name the group. So maybe I'm doing AI research and all these tabs are pertain to that. Then I can color code it. So maybe I want it to be this teal color. And I'm going to also, I can save the group so that it will always come up there when if I was to close out and come back in. So now I have a tab group, excuse me. Now, I want these tabs to go in this tab group because they all pertain to that AI research. So all I need to do is, if you can see this line, whatever's under this line is what's in that group. So I can click and drag this tab over there, and as soon as it's under that line, now these two tabs are in that group. Do this one, and I can do it with this one. Now, all these 4 tabs are in this group, and I'm not working on that right now. I want to minimize it so I can have some more room on my group. So all I have to do is just click on this AI research name, and it will close it up. You see how it closed it up? I can even move it down, towards the end to kind of get it out of the way. But I close it up, open it up, close it up, open it up. And now I know that those tabs are saved into this tab group, and I can open up and go to them anytime I want to after that. So if you toggled on that save group, when I X out, it will bring my tab group back up so I don't lose what I was looking at. So that's tab groups. The other one is tab search. Sometimes you know how you might have like a million tabs up here and they're all little, and you're like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? And you don't know which tab is what because you may have 5 docs open and you don't know which doc is what. Well, a better way to tab search is to go up to this little, I call it the little down arrow at the top right corner. And some of you may not know, but you click on that and it will show all your tabs you have open and all that you've recently closed. I know that I always have I close something out and then I got to go back to history and all that. This is just a quick way to look and see what tabs you've just closed and go back to, or you can see what's open, and you can even go up here and search a tab. So if I wanted to find my inbox quickly, I can click on that, and then I just click back on it and it'll take me to that tab. So that's just a way to find a tab really, really quickly. All right, let's go back home. Hopefully we'll get something new and exciting. All right, another Google tip. Let's go to our next one. I believe it was, all right, Google Slides. A lot of you make Google Slides for presentations for your students, and there's a couple of hidden things you may not know about. So I'm going to go to Google Slides. I think there should be some in here. All right, I'm going to click on one of them. Now, these 2 things I'm going to show you are when you're in present mode. So I'm going to go into slideshow present mode. And now I want to show you a couple of things. For accessibility, you can actually have closed captioning in your presentation while you're presenting for those who may need it. So if I go to this 3 dots on my little flip through here, I will get to some tools, and I will want to go to caption preferences and toggle captions on. Once I do that, now you will see that captions will come on in your presentation. And for the most part, they do well with the wording. I haven't seen it make too many mistakes before. Yes, sometimes it may, but if you speak clearly, it will usually do a good job of putting your words up there. So that's a really cool feature for accessibility when you're presenting your Google Slides. Also, if I go back to these three dots, there's also this laser pointer. And so when I'm wanting to point out something, you do have a laser pointer in Google Slides. Another thing while I'm here, I'll show you is turn on the pen. When I do that, now I can circle things, point out things. I can actually write on the slide presentation. And when I go to the next slide, it'll go away and then I can use it again. I can also go to this toggle and erase all what I just did and start over. So that is another option. And all of these are done when you're in presentation mode or slideshow mode. So there you go. Really good tools there. All right, let's go back. Do you think it's going to give us something different? If not, it's okay. We're learning stuff, right? Yay, we got cool websites. So let's go to cool websites then. And we looked at common sense. Let's look at PBS Learning Media. So I know that my district has been using Safari Montage and it's going away, which is kind of like a video platform that we use, has a lot of content in it. And I'm like, what are we going to use now? PBS Learning is a really good alternative and it has lots of different subjects you can do. So I'm going to go to PBS Learning and it is free, by the way. And PBS, you do know PBS is based in North Carolina. So here you have different things you can find, okay? So I can go, let's say I'm a science teacher. If I go to science and browse, I have a resource type here. So these are the things you can find here in PBS Learning. So they have videos, interactive lessons, lesson plans, all these things you can find. So if I'm looking for a video and I can put my grade level, maybe I'm teaching 3-5, and it will show me everything that they have that are videos for this science. I can do an advanced search and really go in and hone in on what I'm looking for here. Science videos, I can have the times that I want, like a 3 to 6 minute video. And I can even toggle this down and open up this science topic, and then I can dwindle it down to what kind of science I'm doing. So maybe I want some earth and space science videos. When you go to it, you can play it from here in full screen for your students. You can also share it in Google Classroom if you do that. You can share a link with students. There's different things you can do. You can favorite it and go to your favorites anytime that you want to use it again and again. So this is really a good website to go to find resources that you need to use. All right, let's do a few more and then I think we're good. Let's go and spin the wheel again. Hopefully we'll find something different this time. Ooh, yay! Awesome templates. I love this one. I'm so glad it landed here. All right, let's check out the first one. So this is one that I really, really love. If you use choice boards, if you don't know what a choice board is, it's where you give the students choices on what they get to do. A lot of people use choice boards when they're going over a topic and they've been through the unit, and then at the end they want the students to present some kind of showing what they know. It may be you can give a choice board for what they choose, how they show what they know. This is a really cute one called Recipe for Success. I call it a must do, may do. And this is probably it could be more for elementary, but also older students too. But here, this is an example. Must do is the part where they have to get done. So there's no negotiation on that. They have to get all of these done for sure for this choice board. The may do is something that's like optional. So they could do this if they can get to it. Maybe they finish all of these and they want to do something over here. They can catch up. Catch up is on their catching up on missing work. You pick is like games usually or something they get to do that's fun. And then there's a mix it up place to where you can put something random there. But this is a really cute choice board. And if you click on here, I do believe I have you making a copy. Yep. You can have your own copy and you can edit it how you want to. But nice template for you to use for your students, for if you want to just kind of give them some independent work on it after a unit's done, or if they're learning on that unit. All of it can pertain to that specific topic, or you can use it for review. Totally up to you what you want to do to it. So there you go. All right, let's do a couple more, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I get to show you another template. I love these. Okay, next template is this really, really cool Netflix template. I have seen a teacher use this, and the kids loved it. So what they do is, I think it's a Google slide template. Yeah. So when you open this up, give me a few minutes. Okay. This is a template. You can share the copy with your students. And what this can do, I've got some things, some ideas here that you can use it for. But you're basically making a Netflix series out of a topic. Works really well with social studies and history, I think. I've given you some ideas here: a timeline of events in social studies, summarizing chapters of a book for ELA, making a series of steps on how to solve a math problem. You could even use it for math. Steps on completing a science experiment, and even for art, showcasing artists that are in certain genre or music for artwork. So this can be used. So here they can go in and they edit it how they want to. And then here's the episode titles and topics. They can even embed videos that they've made. If they're showing how to solve a math problem or they're showing how to do an experiment, these are some, they can import videos from that. So really cool template to use. It engages the students, I think, makes it just a little different instead of just writing a paper or, filling out a worksheet or whatever. So, all right, let's do one more, and I think we're going to wrap it up. I hope it's something different. Let's try it. All right, we're going to end with a cool website. So let's see what it's going to be. I was like, where did it go? All right. Oh, yes, Mission US. So there's a video on how to use Mission US, but I'm just going to show you what it is. It is a really engaging way to get students to see events in history that happened. And what it does is it takes you through that event as a character. So when I click Start Mission here, it will put me as this character, and I have to make decisions throughout this whole mission as if I'm them. So they get to be the character through the mission and see what they experienced, make decisions for them, and it is really, really, really cool. So you can go to the About and kind of get an idea of it. Also, you can play this video and these teachers go through how they use it in their classroom and how you use it. But really good for history and social studies, a great website. All right, guys, so I'm going to stop there, but I do want to kind of run you through the topics again, because now you have the bit.ly. You can go through this and look at anything I may not have covered, because I've got so much under Google tips and tricks. If you're a Google user, lots more information here. I've got cool websites. We've got a few more that I didn't get to, but you can check them out. Lots more Chrome extensions, Google Keep, Scribe, Loom, different categories of podcasts. If you're teach a certain subject, I've got all the core subjects. I've also got special ed, ESL, physical education, art, just random teacher podcasts that talk about all different kinds of things, podcasts for admin, and some more ed tech, like instructional coaches podcasts. under AI tools, I've gone over AI education, but I do also have different AI tools in here that you can check out and learn about. I do have a video on most of these. We did go through a lot of educational leader blogs, but check out these other ones. They have resources, and here's Casey Bell that we talked about for the podcast. So there's different ones here that is very interesting. I got a few digital tools here that I didn't get to show you, but very good tools you can use with your students or for yourself. We also have the templates that I showed you a couple, but there's other different ones, and I try to put, what you can do is just go to the templates and think, how can I use this for my classroom? Some of them have ideas. Also, at the very end of this templates, I do have these. This is Esther Park. She was an ESL teacher, so I've got free resources that she's got lots of templates in here that you can look at. And also Stephanie Howe, she's the founder of Gold EDU. I follow this, and I have a subscription to the email where I get lots and lots of ideas. A lot of this stuff that I'm showing you, the templates, have been shared with me through Gold EDU and some through Esther Park. So check them out. Keep this, go through it. I do have my email here. So if there is one that you're interested in and you don't quite know how to use it, or you wonder exactly how, you need ideas on how you could use it with your classroom or in your situation, please feel free to email me at any time. This is my Twitter. I do post. I don't post things as much as I share things. So I will repost things I find that I really think are interesting. And if you go to my Twitter, you'll see that a lot of these things are on there too. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you find a lot of things useful through this video. And if you can make it NCBOLD next year, go for it. And if you did make it this year and you're just watching this to get more ideas, thank you. And I hope everyone has a great experience in the classroom next school year.